Fuck it, we'll try it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Let's see how this works. Trying this out for the first time on my MacBook. So, if this doesn't work too well, I won't be live very long. So, we'll see how it goes. Testing. Can everybody hear me? Let's see. Am I live? I am live. I've been live for 30 seconds. No sound detected. I'm sounding, right? Check your audio settings. Is it because I was being so quiet there? Shouldn't be so quiet, huh? I don't know. Maybe should I turn it up? Hi, Cheesy. I don't know. I'm trying TikTok Studio out on my MacBook, so this is a little bit different. And of course, I'm like never live, so let's just give it a shot, huh? Be Christian or wine. Okay. Thank you, Toto. Pain Diaz. Is that your way to convince me to become a Christian? Oh, for wine. Wait, but you spelled wine wrong on YouTube. You spelled it Whine, which that's not how you spell wine. Unless you're talking about like me crying or something. So, how's everybody doing tonight? It's Friday. I'm sure there's like a bunch of people live. This is more me just testing things out. I don't know how good anything looks as far as like quality or frame rate. This is all being done off of my MacBook, which is weird because usually I don't use like a portable computer for this. Hey, Alexander. Have I ever stubbed my toe? Ever stub your toe? Yeah, I've stubbed my toe. How about you? Have you ever stubbed your toe? I'm gonna pop out the chat and then I can move it back over here. And then I kind of have like both chats going. Let's see. Can I do? Uh-huh. So, what's up, everybody? How do I become a Christian? If you are on YouTube and you're watching this, come on over to TikTok Mobile. You can search Benny Boy. I'm sure you will find me live, and then you can guest up. Keep an eye on my multi guest here. Hey, Dan. I am wondering if this will push me out to the algorithm or not because I don't go live very much. So TikTok doesn't really like to push me, but we'll give it a shot. Hey, Dagda. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Be Christian or else. Or burn. Which, I mean, that's pretty much what they say, right? You better be Christian or you will go to hell. Sorry, that's like my Freddy Krueger voice. Uh, Speaking of, my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street is the third one, Dream Warriors. Just because Freddy Krueger like slams this teenager into a TV and he's like, "It's prime time, bitch." And I thought that's like really funny. Apparently, that wasn't part of the uh whatchamacallit script. It was kind of improv. How's everybody doing over on YouTube? I think I lost my chat. Let me see if I can find it real quick. That one. And there. Push it real good. Teach me how to be a Christian, yo. Different angles of Christian. What do you mean by different angles of Christian? Why are there so many angles of Christian? Yeah, Dream Warriors is the best, Robert. Oh, somebody's calling me. I can't answer that right now. But maybe I might have to go here soon. Is that where he kisses the girl to death? I'm trying to think. It's the one where his fingers turn into like little syringes and and the girl's like kind of like a junkie or whatever and he like puts it into her arms. Let me text. Somebody was calling me cuz they need me to go pick them up. And that somebody's name is Seth. While we're waiting, uh how's everybody doing though? This is more of just like a test run. So, sorry that, you know, I'm not really doing too much. I did think I was going to have a little bit more time. Possibly I do. Does he fight a kid as a Superman ripoff? Are you sure you're not talking about the fourth one? Hi, Ripley. You're a Christian. You should, Starboy. What? That's a lot of different religious symbols. So, are you just like cool with all of them? If you devote your life to the Christian God, you have nothing to lose if you're wrong. Oh, I'll let you know. Oh, Drew's gonna pick. All right, so I got about half an hour. If anybody wants to come up and talk on TikTok, that's the only way I could take up guests right now. Otherwise, I'll just talk to chat. Pavlov's, what's that? Dog? No. Wager, Pascal's wager, Pavlov's dog. If you devote your life to Christian, you have nothing to lose if you're wrong, but everything to gain if you're right. But Justin Chavez, what if the Hindu gods are the correct one? Then you're still wrong, and you would have had everything to gain by being Hindu. Yeah, I didn't mean Pavlov's dog. I'm sorry. So if you're Hindu, I can't take calls, unfortunately. There's no way for me to like do that right now. I do need to set that up though on this computer. I'd usually be on my other computer that can take calls from YouTube, but this is more of a test run to see if my MacBook can even take this. Hey Dugald, I'm just like testing out my MacBook. How are you, friend? Oh, you don't have TikTok? I mean, it doesn't cost anything. Are all atheists lazy and want someone else to convince them? Do your own homework. You don't think I haven't done my own homework? I want to show you something, person. If I can bring it up. I actually like have software that I've purchased simply to show people different things. Like, well, I guess I have Jeremiah 25:11 or 1 through 11 up. I've done my homework. Let's just put it that way. This is actually called eSword. If anybody's interested. I sound different. Yeah, it's because probably this mic. I do have it like turned way up on OBS too, and I have my like podcast voice. Hold on. That's all good. Do, do, do. Yeah, I'm really just trying to see if I could like actually pull this off with just my MacBook because that would actually be really cool. Uh, Instead of having to like use my whole desktop PC because this MacBook is actually quite the machine. A few verses is not homework. Read all. Yeah, I'm not trying to say like I only read a few verses. I'm just saying like I've spent money on like professional software that comes with commentary. It comes with The like dictionary comes with like interlinears. There's ways to cross reference. I can look up, the Hebrew if I want. For instance, like right there. See that? That's Hebrew. I actually know a little bit of Hebrew. So yeah, I've done it. What's my question, or what do you want me to answer? What about Christianity do you disagree with? Oh, like the magic part. That's what I don't agree with. I don't agree with like supernatural things happening, such as like people dying and resurrecting. I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's possible. We don't have any evidence of anybody passing away and then 3 days later rising. I mean, we have stories. We have eyewitnesses, but I'm not sure if that's like convincing enough for me. Like if Jesus like came up behind me and like slapped me on the shoulder and was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" That would be good. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's called the Bible. Claim healing on touch. Yeah, for real. I actually am a cancer survivor. Nobody could have like prayed and healed me. Yeah, raising the dead multiple times. I have an issue with faith. No, I think I can like get down with faith. Like I just need like enough, right? Like I can't just take it like off words alone. For those of you on TikTok, the people I'm responding to are on YouTube. I had a spiritual experience. I felt God hugging me. I didn't believe it until I had my experience. Like, I would like to, I wish I could take calls like that because I would like to hear more about that. That sounds interesting. No, history books don't prove Jesus truth. Sorry. Like, if you want to say like Josephus mentions Jesus in the book 18 or whatever, book 9, the Flavium Testion, whatever, of Josephus, that's not good enough. There's like 3 sentences, and it's like definitely put in there by Eusebius, who is a church father that's actually admitted to lying just to push the church. Do I believe in God? No. I can take off my Jeremiah that I have up there. But I'm open to like good evidence. Like if somebody's got like any kind of good evidence that God exists and that I should believe in God, I don't think the universe started. So I do study a little bit of physics, and I've looked up, the Big Bang and possible theories of the universe. And the most logical theory that I have right now is Penrose's. I kind of subscribe to that. It's like a cycling universe that goes from like a big bang. Some people call it to like a big crunch and then another big bang. I actually would just say that we're like currently in a higher entropy state, and the big bang, like just before that, was a lower entropy state. And as we go on, our entropy will sooner or later fizzle out until everything's homogenized, because Newton's second law of thermodynamics says that entropy means, like everything will move from order to disorder. Yeah, we're about medium entropy right now. And then once we get to that like heat death of entropy everywhere, it goes back to low entropy, right? Because everything is far enough away from each other, particle wise, that they're not going to bounce into each other again. So, in order for it to restart, quantum mechanics would have to take in. The uncertainty principle would cause something, or people have said that, like the multiverse theory could be, where like another dimensional universe bumps into ours. and creates another Big Bang. I would say more of like quantum fluctuations would restart the whole entropy cycle. But that's me. How to join the conversation? You go on TikTok mobile. I only got about 15 minutes though. The problem is I can't describe the difference between Protestantism and evangelical and orthodoxy, but it's very different. It's real, not a mental exercise. Well, so Protestants and evangelicals are part of the like Reformed Church, right? So it started off with the Catholics. The Orthodoxy is more, they rely on the same thing as the Catholics, but they do it a little bit differently. They rely a little bit more on the church fathers, where evangelicals and Protestants and Puritans are kind of more of like a branch off of the Lutheran. No, I'm open to being convinced. But anyways, pretty much the Lutheran, Martin Luther, like branched off from the Catholics along with Henry VIII. He created the Church of England. And then they created, like there's the different types of Catholics too, like Roman Catholics and then just regular Catholics. Then there's the Orthodox, which is more relying on, like I said, church fathers. The Puritans, Protestants, and evangelicals go by things like the Bible is like the complete word of God, whereas the Catholics might say, nah, not so much. They don't rely as much on like the word of the Bible. So I hope that kind of explains it to you. Happy to help. At least I can like kind of explain a few things. See, the thing is that I've actually, like looked into a lot of this, right? And I've actually, you know, been an atheist my whole life. Uh I would like the like security of knowing what the answers all are. So that's why I kind of want to be convinced to become a Christian, because right now I don't know any answers. So I'm like this devil here who's like really upset, but I want to be like this guy and be like more like I'm really cool and I know everything. If you have faith and apply it, it works. You just have to be high IQ. See, that's the thing though. Like the higher your IQ, the lower, well, I mean, the higher the threshold you need for evidence, right? So it's kind of hard to just have faith and stuff without very good evidence. What's a question you can answer? What's like good evidence of like Jesus or God? Why should I become a Christian? You go into hell if you don't follow God. See, that's just like threatening me, right? Who wants to be threatened? You're trying to like convince me to become a Christian. You're really, that's like pushing me away, right? Do you believe in Jesus, Julius Caesar? Well, last time I checked, Julius Caesar didn't do anything like supernatural. So I don't have any reason not to believe in Julius Caesar. We have actually pretty good evidence of his existence too. So, that's kind of a thing. So like Jesus like technically came back from the dead, and that's rough, right? That takes a lot. Whereas Julius Caesar just like existed and like ruled and did all these things that other humans can do. Wait, stop. Somebody said on YouTube. Stop going so far. What? What how far am I going? Because I said that Julius Caesar was like a real person? Do I believe Julius Caesar existed? I have no reason to believe he didn't exist, right? Whereas Jesus, I do have reason to believe he didn't exist. Because like Jesus turned water into wine, he like created fish and loaves of bread like out of nothing. And then, he also walked on water. He healed the blind by spitting on his hands and then, like putting dirt and spit into their eyes. Julius Caesar didn't do all that. Julius Caesar like had a coup brought onto him by his best friend Brutus. I mean, that's something that can happen. I mean, that happened to Jesus too. Like that, I believe. I could definitely get down with like Jesus was betrayed by like one of his followers, but it's like the whole magic part. And see, everything kind of relies on that. 100 Pascal's wager. What's the best you got? Oh yeah, seriously. That's like Pascal's wager is like the worst thing to convince somebody to become a Christian, right? Like either you believe in it or you could burn, or or you just don't believe in it and you're gonna burn. It's like you could believe in it and you could be wrong and nothing happens, or you don't believe in it and you just burn when you're wrong. And it's like the chances are that Christianity's right out of like all the other religions. There's too many other religions. There's too many options. There's like an infinite amount of options. Prove to me the smell of a pie exists with only words. So actually, smell is an interesting thing. Taste and smell work the same, like in a very similar way. Particles, and this is kind of gross. Like if you smell a fart, you're actually like getting particles of poop into your olfactory, sensory, like nerves, and then it sends a signal to your brain. That signal then translates it as smell. Taste does the same, but with taste buds instead of olfactory. I suggest you go look for your own evidence for Jesus Christ than rather than asking others. See, I've gone looking and I don't seem to find anything good. I think I need help. I need somebody to like show me or convince me. Sir Roger Penrose's calculations in regards to existence points to a creator. He said this himself. Penrose's calculations talk about a like an eternal universe. An eternal universe isn't created. And really, it's not really like Penrose's gospel, right? I just think that his, idea of a cyclic universe is actually pretty logical. What was your comment? Go then. Start and end theory. So there had to have been something starting to point to all of this evolution. So the logic is that something had to start this universe. So I think that that's a presumption that you have, right? Whereas, like, have you ever heard of chaos theory? So I think that the particles in the like act of entropy just happened to arrange a certain way. uh like the particles that ended up making up the sun in our solar system, our galaxy even, just happened to you know follow the laws of physics and create gravity and orbits and stars. And with that, we just got single cell organisms, through the use of like abiogenesis, either because something came through on an asteroid, or that they've actually shown through like the Miller-Urey or Urey experiment that you can actually create the building blocks of life by just introducing uh, entropy or energy into uh, like the right atmosphere. So, do I know Alex O'Connor? I know of Alex O'Connor. I know people that have talked to people that have talked to Alex O'Connor, but I don't know Alex O'Connor. No. How can anything exist without God? Things can just exist, right? Like you don't need God to exist. I don't think like if God didn't exist, that existence itself would crumble. Chat, start dropping testimonies, and that's how we show God is real in our lives. No, testimonies are just anecdotal, right? Because people like Muslim people have many testimonies. So what makes their testimonies not as valid as yours? I'm an atheist, but I think trying to deconvert Christians is damaging to society and people. Who said I was deconverting? I'm actually trying to convert. When I was 7 years old, my grandma flushed my pet hamster. I miss you, Hammy. You know what they say. I got ham, but I'm not a hamster. Let's see. Are you saying that something can come from nothing? No, I'm not saying that. I was saying that the universe always existed, like matter, space, and time always existed, right? The theory of relativity, like E equals mc squared, shows that matter, time, and space are relative, that they're interchangeable. I hate to be this way, but if you can't bring up any evidence for Christ, then you've done no research. I've done no research. I don't have any. There's like literally nothing. There's no contemporary evidence of Jesus Christ, unfortunately. Now, would I say the universe is God? Now, if you get into that type of talk and you replace, like a deist God with just the universe, yeah, I guess you could say that, but that wouldn't really get me to being a Christian. Jesus Christ was a real person, though. But was he? Like, do you know that for sure? I mean, we could say that Jesus Christ, like, was Johnny Appleseed actually a real person, or was Johnny Appleseed based off of a real person? You get what I'm saying? I don't think the Jesus of the Bible existed at all. You can't argue with me to become a Christian. Why? You no longer have to worry about personal responsibility. Okay, Nick, you convinced me. I actually do have to get off, guys. Not in like that way, but I will be trying to go live more now that I know I can go live on my MacBook. So I'm more portable now, which is cool. Tacitus? Tacitus does not refer to Jesus though. He writes of Christians, which actually predate Jesus. The Christ is actually a Jewish word and term. So what, right? Historical evidence for Jesus includes non-Christian sources like the writings of Tacitus and Josephus. I was just talking. Josephus has three sentences, and it's actually like even scholars of Christianity agree that that is more than likely an interpolation, which means it was written into his writings because he has the same thing in two different books, except for only one has a mention of Jesus Christ. And they're pretty sure that that's like interpolated or put in there, uh, maybe even centuries later by Eusebius. Messiah is Hebrew. See, now we can get into the Messiah stuff. And that's where I get really like, this isn't working for Jesus because the messianic prophecies, they don't line up for like anything for Jesus. But we're going to have to keep that for next time, guys, because I have to go. I have to go pick up my boyfriend because I'm not straight. So I hope you guys all have a good night. You guys did really like, you almost got me. You almost got me convinced. But I do appreciate you to come on or come up and talk and everything. Maybe next time I'll have a link that you can actually talk to me through. No, there's those manuscripts that you're talking about, thousands of them, were mostly written in like the like 1500s and after. So, yeah, about that. But anyways, guys, have a good night. Keep doing your atheisms. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.